Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. The Central Bank of Iraq's CBI foreign currency auction. In this context, the CBI conducted an auction for the sale of US dollars, where the total amount sold during that day's auction amounted to $265,964,050. This figure represents the total sales in US dollars by the central bank during the auction. The Central Bank of Iraq uses such currency auctions to regulate the supply and demand of the US dollar in the Iraqi economy. These auctions play a crucial role in managing exchange rates and ensuring that the market has access to foreign currency, which is particularly important in an economy where the local currency, the Iraqi dinar, IQD, is pegged to the US dollar. By selling US dollars through these auctions, the CBI aims to stabilize the exchange rate and mitigate any extreme fluctuations in the value of the dinar against the dollar. In this particular auction, the CBI covered the sales of US dollars at two distinct exchange rates, depending on the type of transaction. For transactions involving documentary credits, international settlements through electronic cards, and foreign transfers, the base exchange rate was set at 1,310 IQD per US dollar. This means that for these types of transactions, $1 US could be exchanged for 1,310 Iraqi dinars. On the other hand, for cash transactions, the exchange rate was slightly more favorable, at 1,305 IQD per US dollar. Thus, for those engaging in cash transactions, the dollar was slightly cheaper in terms of the number of dinars required. The larger portion of the total dollar sales during the auction was directed towards supporting balances abroad through various forms of transfers and credits. Specifically, $257,464,050 out of the total amount of $265,964,050 was used for these purposes, which represents approximately 97% of the total sales. This implies that the overwhelming majority of the US dollars sold were allocated for foreign purposes, such as international trade payments or other overseas obligations. These transactions help ensure that companies and individuals who need to make payments in foreign currencies, or who need to transfer funds abroad, can access the necessary foreign exchange. In contrast, the remaining portion of the sales, which amounted to $8,500,000, was directed towards cash transactions. This represented a small fraction of the total dollar sales compared to the amount allocated for transfers and credits. The central bank facilitates cash transactions to meet local demand for US dollars, which can be used for various purposes such as travel, medical expenses abroad, or other personal needs where cash in foreign currency is required. The report also indicates that a total of 1 bank participated in purchasing cash dollars, while 16 banks were involved in fulfilling requests related to bolstering balances abroad. This indicates that there was significantly more demand for US dollars to support international transactions than there was for cash dollar purchases. Banks that buy US dollars for transfer and credit purposes are typically doing so to meet the needs of their clients who require foreign exchange for international business activities or to settle debts and obligations abroad. In addition to banks, a total of 14 exchange and brokerage companies took part in the auction. These companies play a key role in the foreign exchange market by providing services that facilitate currency exchange for businesses and individuals. They help in bridging the gap between the formal banking sector and the broader market, providing access to foreign currency where banks may not be directly involved. Their participation in the auction ensures that foreign exchange services are accessible to a wider range of customers, thereby enhancing the liquidity and depth of the market. Overall, the information provides insights into the mechanisms through which the Central Bank of Iraq manages the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar. By controlling the supply of US dollars in the market through these auctions, the CBI seeks to stabilize the exchange rate and manage any pressures that could arise from fluctuating demand for foreign currency. The auction is a key tool in maintaining the overall economic stability of the country, particularly given the importance of the US dollar in Iraq's economy, where a significant proportion of trade and financial transactions are conducted in foreign currency. The exchange rate differences between cash transactions and transfers or credits reflect the central bank's strategy to incentivize certain types of transactions over others. The slightly lower exchange rate for cash transactions could encourage individuals and businesses to hold physical cash, which might be less desirable for the central bank compared to transactions that involve electronic transfers or international credits, which are easy to monitor and regulate. By setting different rates, the CBI can subtly influence market behavior and guide foreign exchange usage in a manner that aligns with broader economic goals. The high proportion of sales allocated for foreign balances indicates the significant demand for foreign currency to support international trade and financial commitments. Iraq, being an oil-exporting country, generates substantial revenues in US dollars, which must then be converted into local currency to fund government expenditures. At the same time, many imports and contractual obligations require payment in foreign currency, thus creating a constant need for US dollars in the domestic economy. This dual requirement for foreign exchange management and economic policy is reflected in the mechanisms employed by the CBI through its auction system. Moreover, the participation of exchange and brokerage companies highlights the importance of a diverse array of financial institutions in the currency auction process. These companies help distribute foreign currency more widely across the economy, meeting the needs of various sectors that may not have direct access to banks or the central bank itself. The inclusion of multiple companies and banks in the auction promotes competition and potentially improves the efficiency and fairness of the foreign exchange market. In conclusion, the Central Bank of Iraq's sale of US dollars through its currency auction is a strategic activity aimed at maintaining economic stability, managing the exchange rate, and ensuring the availability of foreign currency for international trade and financial transactions. The details of the auction, such as the amount sold, the exchange rates applied, and the participation of banks and financial companies, provide a snapshot of the ongoing efforts by the CBI to support the country's economic objectives amidst a complex and dynamic financial environment. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.